Hello, my beautiful co-creators. Lilu here in Presidio, actually in California, in beautiful California, just at the feet of the Golden Gate Bridge. And I'm today with Jackie Miller. That is a wonderful, delightful lady. Look at that, sparkling, bubbling, juicy. Exactly. So much juice here happening because you're the CEO and the founder, the CEO and the president of Partnerships for Change. And you're doing amazing work around the planet and supporting so many wonderful causes. I mean, this is quite exceptional what you're up to here. Can you tell us what is your vision and mission? What are you doing exactly?
Well, I love what you're doing, and I think anytime you can use the media to accelerate social and economic transformation, it goes so fast and so much farther. And, you know, the camera is the most powerful transformative tool that we have. So I just applaud your work and what you're doing. So whatever we can do to help, and what we do at Partnerships for Change is we connect world need with world resource. So we take some of the poorest of the poor in developing countries in Cambodia, Burma, India, and we help them get a leg up and become self-reliant and enhance their self-esteem and self-worth. And mainly what we've been doing recently is to use the media and use film and the power of film and television and books and media to really get the message out, to tell the plights of people, particularly the monks that have been so hurt and harmed in Burma, and the Cambodian monks, where the Khmer Rouge murdered of 50,000 monks, they murdered 47,000 during that horrible bloodbath. And so we help people with a cause, and we help people mobilize and really achieve their dreams. And whether it's getting out of poverty and avoiding horrible prostitution, in a small way, we help them, or a large way, or we help spiritual entrepreneurs like His Holiness the Dalai Lama, whose oracle wanted to build a monastery in southern India. So some infrastructure building, bridges, for example, and homes, orphanages, schools, and then, little village projects.
It's amazing when you're at support of the universe like that and serving a great cause, how much the support and the finances and even the promotion that you have received, to support these causes just happened and fell effortlessly, it seems, on your lap too, huh? Even Oprah.
Isn't that the greatest thing? So when you're pushing and pushing and pushing and things don't happen, they're not meant to happen. But when things just happen, the doors open, it's so fulfilling on so many levels, definitely.
And so how did you get this started? What is your actual story?
Well, I had been in corporate America, and I was an executive with the Sara Lee Corporation, and was one of the founders of a company called Capri Sun, which is a foil pouched fruit drink that kind of revolutionized the fruit juice industry in the 80s. And then I was with a couple other companies, but I just got so tired of the merger mania and all the acquisitions and the lack of humanity in that business arena. So I started Partnerships for Change to really bring a sense of self-worth and self-esteem back to corporate world, and that led to co-creating a series with Jack Canfield and others called Chicken Soup for the Soul, and then we did books for the workplace. But then I really got interested in really the human plight, the human condition, and really helping humanity on a different scale. And then we did one of our first missions that was really great, using this concept of creative service to humanity with Patch Adams, the real Patch Adams, where we got Patch and we all dressed as clowns, and we went into Kosovo during the war, and we brought emergency doctors and a lot of toys and Beanie Babies for the kids, and turned a refugee park into this incredible experience for these kids that had just been through the most horrific experience of any life you could imagine. So we just like to do things that are different and things that just happen. I mean, the trip with Patch Adams with 35 doctors and all the donations and the money came about in less than a month. So
how does usually that money come about? Is that private? Is it companies? How does
Angels, individuals, and just people want to volunteer, and they say, hey, what can we do to help? We really believe in this. So it's when it's meant to be, it happens. It's great. But actually, I met Patch through Jane Seymour because, like you, we were producing a series, and my heart goes out to you with the television and setups and camera and all this stuff. But we did a 26 episode series with Jane Seymour as our host on healthy living, and through that, Jane wanted us to interview Patch, so that's how we met him, and he's still on our board. And Bob Zimmer's on our board. I think you interviewed him, who's an incredible visionary and such a beautiful soul. And Tom Eddington, who's just phenomenal. So,
well, Bob actually introduced me to Tom, and now this is how we're here today. So this is amazing. This amazing flow as you were describing
you should just interview everyone on our board, and you'll have a great time. Yeah.
Let's plan that. As easy as that to set up the interviews. It's just amazing. And the energy in this area too, and
this is the best area. If you can find your way, right? If you can find your way, it's great. Poor Peter. Oh my Lord. Oh, I know everyone gets lost here.
So tell us about some of the project that you're currently working on or filming.
One film that we completed recently is on Jaipur Foot, and it's the most revolutionary technology for landmine victims and people that have lost legs. And for literally less than $30, someone can be ambulatory, running and jumping in one day if they've had a below-the-knee amputation. So we're working with this project in India. We've just introduced it to the veterans here in the U.S. And this thing, it looks like a limb. It looks like a leg. It looks like a foot. And it bends. And the reason this Jaipur Foot was developed was because they wanted the people in India and also the Muslims and the Hindus to be able to pray, because you can't pray with our very elaborate devices that we have here. So you can't bend. It's not bendable. So this is an actual foot that can bend. So it's very, very exciting. We're really excited about this, the Jaipur Foot project. And
it's exciting that even prayers brought this new technology and just to find a new, Exactly. Something new out of a need, a really deep need that was there.
Yeah, and the gentleman that runs this Jaipur Foot, Dr. Mehta, he has been, all these Silicon Valley VCs want him to charge a lot of money and make a fortune off this incredible invention that he's got, right? He refuses to charge money. He doesn't want to take a cent. And he's keeping to that because he feels that if anyone's lost a leg or a limb, that they shouldn't have to pay to get another one. And the reason this whole thing came about was that he prayed to God the night before that he himself was supposed to have his leg amputated. And he said to God, if you save my leg, I promise to devote the rest of my life to helping people that have lost a leg. And here we have it. Lo and behold, the next day the doctors came in, they said, your infection it's going away. We're not going to take your leg off today, maybe tomorrow, but not today. So anyway, the end of the story, he never lost a leg, thank God, and he's donated his entire life and fortune to this project, so it's really great.
And how can we get that one?
This film you can get through us if you just go to partnershipsforchange.com and email us. We'll be happy to send you a copy of this film. It's really very inspirational. It's great. Super. And then this is a film that was with the Tibetan Oracle, the state Oracle of Tibet. He's the medium for this incredible energy that comes through him, and he helps to guide the Dalai Lama and give spiritual advice to all Tibetans and other people as well. And that's quite amazing because you actually see him go on to a trance in this film. So it's quite beautiful, and a lot of people don't even realize that the traditional Buddhists actually do this kind of thing. But it's quite the highest level of attainment in the strict Buddhist practice, that they're able to connect like this to the other realms. And he's quite a beautiful person.
So His Holiness is very much. It's His Holiness. I mean, they're very connected. There,
yes.
Wonderful.
Yes, His Holiness.
Inspiration Productions, I love that.
Yeah, from Europe too. This would probably be a really good group for you to meet. Yeah, maybe from France, as a matter of fact, I think. And then this is a film that we helped to sponsor recently called Boyhood Shadows, and it's a very ugly, dark topic. No one really would ever really want to watch this film unless you had been a victim of serious sexual abuse as a man or even a woman. But it's really a very powerful insight into what happens. And 1 out of 4 people that have been abused today literally have been, will be alcoholic or drug addicts. And that's what happens. We see all the drug and alcohol problems. 90% of those people have been abused. And that's why this is such an epidemic. So anyway, so we've done that. And then most recently, Misrepresentation, that premiered at Sundance. That looks at women and the lack of present representation of women with bylines in the newspaper, New York Times, lack of women in Congress, lack of women in the Senate, lack of women in corporate America. And it's a very well done with Jennifer Siebold Newsom, who's the wife of our former mayor, hosting it. And it was her idea. And it's really a great film. And Oprah just bought it. So we're really happy about this. And, with the Boyhood Shadows, talk about incredible luck. These guys, they were on Oprah, and she gave, actually, Glenn Kulick, who's the story is really about, he was featured on Oprah, and she gave a copy of this to every member of her audience. We had asked for one show on this we just wanted one show on this terrible topic. She did 4. So it's really been great. And then she just bought the Misrepresentation for her own network, which is very
This is very exciting. Very exciting to see and hear all the support that you're getting and all the support that you're giving to others. So what kind of project do you take on for maybe people watching that think they have a great project? I mean, do you accept a lot of them? How does this work? Is there some type of project that you're looking for, or it just happens quite?
It just happens. And our board and, people that you've now met will tell you, gee, there's no rhyme nor reason. We don't have a format or a system. They just find us. Like the Oracle found us in Goa. We just met him. The one monk from Burma was literally flown from Japan on a plane and brought to our doorstep because he was told that we might be able to help him with his all the horrible things that are going on were going on in Burma and still are. So they just happen. So I wish I could say, oh yeah, you have to fill out this form and this application, and it's not like that at all. And it usually is something that has meaning for someone on our board because they scrutinize what happens. But it's something that's very, that's new, not really been done before, something that hasn't really got a big light shining on it at the moment that needs real attention. Yeah, so.
This is very exciting what you're doing. And so what is your juice? What would you say is for you living a juicy life?
Oh my gosh, well, I'm a 4-time cancer survivor, so every day is fabulous for me. Every day is juicy, and I'm in total gratitude. When I see, though, people that really need a break, and I see those people really getting out there and living their dream and really making their own difference in the world, that's what really lights us up and turns us on. And so that's really what makes it happen for us. And of course, I'm just so grateful to my many friends. Actually, the friends that we have here in the Bay Area are just incredible. And this is a wonderful place to live and be and breathe.
And friendship is so important in the recovery of cancer, isn't it? Isn't that one of I think the biggest factor of recovering is the friendship and the support system and being vulnerable and having that loving care. Huh? That's very healing.
Yeah. Well, first you have to decide whether you want to live or not. Because once you make that decision to want to live and that you're determined then to live, and then all the friends in the world come to your side. And actually, when things like that happen, you really find out who your friends are, which is really a great thing. And they always tell you to do a lot of pruning, to get out all those toxic people. So a lot of that goes on. But, what you're left with is just an incredible abundance of wonderful people. And that's the greatest gift from cancer that I can possibly imagine. And I hope you meet some of them soon. Mm-hmm. It'd be great for you to see some of these great people in San Francisco soon.
Yeah, and talking of cancer, there's so many. I did a couple of interviews in Chicago of peer-to-peer Immerman cancer that just partners other cancer patient with people that are of similar age, and there's so many wonderful organizations again to support causes like that, and we don't hear enough about it by big media. So I'm happy to be here and participate into the distribution of this information.
Yeah. Well, the other thing that's cancer's been a great gift is I probably know the best healers in the world now.
Oh, yeah.
I have my top 100 best healers, and they are foolproof, and I'm so grateful for that. So now when anybody's, heaven forbid, dealing with any kind of health crisis or even any kind of crisis in life, I know just who to go to, and we kind of, my friend Bonnie, who did this wonderful photograph behind us, is kind of our quality control person, and we sort of joke that we're the quality assurance team for healers out there, because everyone, when you first get cancer, everyone's so quick to say, oh, see this person, this, and you can spend a lot of time, precious time, running around to this person, to no avail. So it's really good to know who's out there that's the real deal too.
Now tell us quickly about this picture behind.
This is Varanasi in India. It's the holiest city for the Hindus, and it's on the Ganges, and it's just quite exquisite because there are people there, they go there to die, Varanasi, and the Hindus feel that when you die in Varanasi, then your soul is definitely reincarnated, and you're really, you'll go right to the highest rungs of heaven. So, but this photo was taken by Bonnie Levinson where she's trekking around and actually on a boat in the Ganges, and you can see all the many steps and levels, and people wash there. If you bathe in the holy water of the Ganges, it's said to remove all the sins from your soul, and so it's the most important city for Hindus in the world.
So why do you have this in your office?
We do a lot of work. We have a project in Varanasi, and also one of our holy men that we work with here, Swami Satyabrahmananda, took his vows in Varanasi. So it's got a lot of meaning for us, the city, and we bring a lot of people to this holy city when we bring trips to India. That's another thing we do, to bring people to these various places that we found in the globe that are very healing. And we like to do these kind of healing safaris, if you will. So you're welcome to join us on any of those.
I'm just thinking that there's so many synchronicities happening and so many wonderful things that we can do together.
Yeah.
This is maybe the beginning of something.
Absolutely.
This is very, very fun.
It'd be great. Yeah, well, thank you.
Thank you for this moment. Sure. Thank you. Much love, my beautiful co-creators, and have a juicy life.